Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out my latest video. Now, today's video is going to be talking about the upcoming matchup between Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn taking place in Las Vegas. Now, this is a fight that's going to be interesting because Crawford is moving up to 147 pounds. So I'm intrigued on how Crawford is going to handle this weight class and the different fighters in this weight class. A lot of very big fighters, physically strong fighters in this weight class who I believe will have a size advantage on Crawford. However, when I look at Crawford skill wise, Crawford is a special fighter in my opinion. So special fighters can avert the size disadvantage that they will have at times. And when I look at the skills of Crawford, what always stood out to me is Crawford's ability to adjust. He gauges what his opponent is doing for the first 2 to 3 rounds, then he adjusts and he absolutely destroys these fighters, man. There's some good fighters that he doesn't get credit for beating high level Olympic medalists, guys with all kinds of different skill sets. So Crawford to me is really an excellent fighter who really doesn't get the credit he deserves in my opinion. When I look at him skill wise, his ability to switch stances, he also has head movement, excellent counter punching, his balance is good. Also, he has that killer instinct, which I think separates Crawford from a lot of skilled fighters. Is he has that mean streak in him where he really knows when his opponent's hurt and he's a killer. He finishes them off right away. Love the way he sets up his jab early on in the fight and then will land body shots downstairs and will double up on body shots. Good body puncher. You look at him also, his straight is a very good punch of his. So he does a lot of things very good when you look at Terence Crawford. This is a highly skilled and well balanced fighter, in my opinion. And also with that good lateral movement, I should note as well. Now, when we look at Jeff Horn and what he brings to the table in this fight, Jeff Horn coming to us from Australia, physically a very big and strong fighter. He kind of likes that gritty fight style, I would say. He likes to get in there, leading with his head. Also, when you look at Horn, he has a stiff jab, and at times he will land the body as well. Not really devastating blows; they're more for scoring points. But it is good, however, that he does work the body at times. When you look at him, also another effective weapon he has when his opponents like to implement a high guard and he has them backed up or in a stationary position. He also likes to throw uppercuts in between to kind of get their rhythm off so they can't figure out offensively what's coming next when they're in that high guard. Sorry, defensively, I meant to say there. And when I look at Jeff Horn overall, he's got a bit of a unique style because he can actually switch stances as well, and he does give you some movement. And it's interesting to note because in this fight, Jeff Horn actually said he's going to be fighting a lot of southpaw in the southpaw stance in this matchup. So that should be interesting to see how Terence Crawford, if that changes his game plan at all, or how that really is going to help Jeff Horn. Remains to be seen, and that's something just to note leading up for this fight. Now, when I look at advantages that one have over one another, I would say that Jeff Horn, in my opinion, advantage-wise, is physically the bigger and stronger man of the two. I also think that Jeff Horn, if it becomes a fight where it's an inside kind of matchup and it becomes like a clinch fest, I think Jeff Horn definitely favors him in that aspect. He's a dirty fighter, in my opinion, honestly speaking. And I think that that will favor him if it does turn into that style of matchup, which I hope it doesn't, and I do not believe it will. Also, Jeff Horn he's been in this weight class before, so that's another advantage for him. He's comfortable at this weight, and that's something that is key because Crawford has looked amazing, but he hasn't fought a guy the size of Jeff Horn, and that could be an issue if a guy is physically stronger than him and much bigger because Crawford's had the advantage on a lot of guys earlier in his career when you look at that. Now, Crawford advantage-wise in this fight, he's got the hand speed, he's a more technical boxer, he's got better defense, he's a better body puncher, his boxing IQ is better, he's faced better competition. So pretty much everything I would say when you look at the career of Terence Crawford, most of it, the advantages, 90% of them are going to be to him in this fight. Now, ultimately in this matchup, guys, I'm going to be picking Terence Crawford to win by 9th round stoppage in this matchup because I believe early it's going to take a couple rounds for Crawford to really figure out Horn. And the downfall, in my opinion, of Jeff Horn is going to be in this fight is, well, number one, his boxing IQ is not up to the level of Crawford. Crawford is just this really special fighter. It's not that I think Horn is really that bad. A lot of people, I don't think, give him enough credit. He's had some decent victories. But there's a few things that I look at in this fight that are going to be troubling for Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn's been rocked a couple times in his career. He got hurt by Randall Bailey. He also got hurt by Pacquiao. And Crawford can punch, and he's more diverse than both of those guys at this stage of their careers. And then you look at also Crawford, who's an excellent counterpuncher, who's picking off Victor Postal, who works on the outside, for example. Jeff Horn, at times, you'll see it late in the Pacquiao fight, he just comes in and leads with his head and doesn't throw anything behind it. Now, if you're walking into Terence Crawford while he's backing up and you're just leaning in with your head, Crawford is going to land vicious combination counter punches on you, and you're seriously going to be hurt. So defensively, there's a lot of flaws in Horn's game, and I think that Terence Crawford, with his style of moving, is going to be able to frustrate Horn. And I think that his counter punching, his straight is going to be a big punch for Terence Crawford in this fight, and his movement is really going to give Jeff Horn some issues. Horn is going to try to make this a wrestling match, really be the aggressive kind of dirty style. And I just don't think Terence Crawford allows that to happen in this fight. I got Terence Crawford by a late stoppage in this matchup. I would like to see Jeff Horn, however, fight other guys in this division. He presents some interesting styles matchup because of his size. Like I could see him giving fits to guys like Lucas Matisse. I could see him giving some trouble to guys like Sean Porter, Danny Garcia as well. Just some interesting kind of the way he fights, I think, will give some of those guys trouble. So even if he does get his ass kicked by Terence Crawford, I would like to see Jeff Horn come back again and fight some more competitors at 147 pounds. Let me know what you guys think on this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Thank you very much.